Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to Skol Nation Vikings Daily, your go-to source for all things Minnesota Vikings. Today, we've got some exciting updates on Jonathan Greenard's incredible Week 3 performance, where he made a huge impact against the Houston Texans. Stick around as we dive into all the details and what this means for the Vikings moving forward. Jonathan Greenard had a day to remember in the Vikings' commanding 34-7 win over his former team, the Houston Texans. The linebacker, who signed with Minnesota this offseason, was a dominant force on defense, recording a hat trick of sacks, 3 in total. This exceptional performance earned him the honor of being named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 3. It's a prestigious recognition and one that highlights just how impactful Greenard has been early in his tenure with the Vikings. Vikings fans, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps the channel grow and keeps you up to date with everything Vikings. Greenard's performance was nothing short of spectacular. Not only did he rack up 3 sacks, but his efforts helped to stifle Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud, who finished the game with a passer rating of just 68.6. Greenard also recorded 4 tackles, 3 of which were for a loss, playing a key role in limiting Houston's offense throughout the game. If you've been watching Greenard's play this season, you'll know this wasn't an isolated incident. He's been a consistent force, applying relentless pressure even in games where he didn't collect a sack. Back in Week 2 against the 49ers, Greenard shoved QB Brock Purdy out of bounds for his first sack as a Viking. While that play might not have made headlines, it demonstrated his physicality and ability to disrupt quarterbacks. Against the Texans, however, Greenard left no doubt. His performance was a statement game. But what really sets this recognition apart is how Greenard earned it. In addition to being named NFC Defensive Player of the Week, he also won the NFL Way to Play Award for Week 3. This award is given to players who demonstrate outstanding technique, and Greenard's ability to rush the quarterback in a safe and effective manner was showcased in his sacks on Stroud. As part of this honor, Greenard will receive a $5,000 equipment grant, which he can donate to a youth or high school football program of his choice. Now, Greenard's achievement puts him in an elite group of Vikings players who have earned similar honors under head coach Kevin O'Connell. Since O'Connell took over, several players have shined on the national stage, being named NFC Players of the Week for their outstanding performances. Here's a look at the other Vikings players who have earned this distinction. 2024 Week 3 versus Houston, Jonathan Greenard, OLB, defensive. 2023 Week 14 at Las Vegas, Ivan Pace Jr., LB, defensive. 2023 Week 9 at Atlanta, Joshua Dobbs, QB, offensive. 2023 Week 7 versus San Francisco, Cameron Bynum, S, defensive. 2023 Week 6 at Chicago, Jordan Hicks, LB, defensive. 2022 Week 12 versus New England, Keenan Nwangwu, RB/KR, special teams. 2022 Week 10 at Buffalo, Justin Jefferson, WR, offensive. 2022 Week 8 versus Arizona, Zadarius Smith, OLB, defensive. 2022 Week 6 at Miami, Ryan Wright, P, special teams. 2022 Week 4 versus New Orleans in London, Greg Joseph, K, special teams. It's clear that O'Connell has fostered a culture of excellence within the Vikings, and Greenard is just the latest example of that success. These individual accolades reflect not only the talent of the players, but also the strong coaching and team dynamics that have been built over the past 2 seasons. Greenard's contributions are especially important in the context of the Vikings' defensive resurgence under defensive coordinator Brian Flores. The team's defense has been lights out so far, with Minnesota recording at least 5 sacks in each of their first 3 games this season, a feat that hasn't been accomplished since the 2001 New Orleans Saints. The Vikings' total of 16 sacks through 3 games puts them among the best pass-rushing teams in the league, and Greenard has been a central figure in that success. Head coach Kevin O'Connell couldn't be more pleased with Greenard's impact. After signing him in free agency, O'Connell has seen firsthand the explosiveness, speed, and athleticism that Greenard brings to the defense. There was always the get-off, just the explosiveness of his ability to get off the ball, O'Connell said when discussing Greenard. The sacks are going to come when you have the pressure rate that he's had through the first 2 games. Looking ahead, There's plenty of reason to be optimistic if you're a Vikings fan. With Greenard playing at this high level and the defense clicking under Flores, the Vikings are well positioned to make a serious run in the NFC North. But the season is long, and the challenges ahead are many. As always, we want to hear from you, Vikings faithful. What are your thoughts on Jonathan Greenard's early season success? How do you think this defense will shape up as we move deeper into the season? Drop your comments below, share your predictions, and let's keep the conversation going. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on everything happening with the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, go Vikings!